What's up, everybody? It is Monday, October 22nd, and this is episode 71 of the Daily Comic. I'm Jimmy Bird. This is a show in which I read one comic book a day and then come here and tell you what I thought about that comic. A spoiler-free review of an already spoiled world. This is going to be hard to review, and I'll show you the comic. It is the What If Ghost Rider. What if Ghost Rider? Marvel Comics went metal with Ghost Rider. What if Marvel Comics went metal with Ghost Rider? Written by Sebastian Girner, penciled, inked, and colored by Casper Wingard. This was an interesting comic book, and it's really hard to review, and I'll tell you why. I got basically two reviews. The first review will be for the average person who's been reading comics for maybe less than 5 years, or reading a certain type of comic, heroes and capes, or you've never really gotten to Ghost Rider. Like, you're coming into this kind of blank, and you don't know really what to expect. You grab this Ghost Rider. To grab that, you might, in all honesty, you might be a little disappointed, because this story really doesn't even focus on Ghost Rider at all. Ghost Rider does have his appearance. He comes in at the end when things take a turn for the worst, and Ghost Rider and his car have to run in. So first off, you know right away you're getting Robbie Reyes. You have a very Mad Max looking cover here of one of the War Boys. If you've seen Mad Max Fury Road, this instantly is trying to draw on that kind of feeling that the guys, he's going into war, shredding a guitar, everything's aflame. Again, when I see that cover, and you actually read the story, you do kind of take on like, oh, when DC did their Dark Knights metal run, this idea of this dark multiverse coming and taking over our universe and the kind of overlapping. The story is eerily similar, and it plays out kind of the same way, and Ghost Rider's the one, because he's the one powered through hell and not through any earthly kind of power. He's the one that can kind of come in and save our world. So that's the basic run-up of the story. How they get there, though, is a whole other game. So that going on, you might be a little bit disappointed. Now, I had to do a lot of research on this stuff because there's a lot of weird references. It reminds me, I'm reading this, I was like, man, this reminds me of kind of like a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Very meta, very story within story. And then they even make the same joke kind of later on in the book. There's the introduction of the band Hasselwald. Basically, there's a black metal called Hasselwald. And they want to make a comic. And in doing so, they do this crazy thing that brings about, that since they're a black metal band, they do this thing and it brings about the end of the world that we know it. And Ghost Rider's the only one can help it. I don't want to give away too much because there's lots of great little jabs at comic book history or Marvel themselves, the editor-in-chief. Lots of weird, from what I'm reading, first appearances, including the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, which may or may not make this comic book go up in value. There's appearances of Hasselwald. And again, this is a one-shot, which if I've done these before, you know that I don't like the one-shots of the what-ifs, because I feel like they've created a universe and a compelling story, and they have to rush and get everything in to one issue, when if they had 2 or 4 issues, they could kind of flesh it out and really tell a better story and do some more fun panels with the artwork. But it's a what-if one-shot. And so, but also, with what I'm reading, and the way these characters could or might take off, we might see Hasselwald again. We might see these characters again, and I think this would be a first appearance, and that would make this a very unique, fun, owned comic if you want to buy a physical copy. But that being said, there's a lot of weird references to dark comics that have come out before. Right in the cover page, Marvel Comics and Mount Sorcista presents Hasselwald. So it gives you this feeling that it's like a rock Digest magazine that has a reference to Mount Sorcista, which I don't know much about, but it's a dark human sacrifice place in the X-Men books. So there's lots of weird and crazy references throughout this book about the dark sides, just really crazy fun references that I think if you're a fan of comic books, hardcore, you're going to love this comic book. Oh no, I don't know how to review it. I liked it, but I didn't like it at first. It's like I thought I was getting a Ghost Rider book, and he was a peripheral character until the end. So, but then once I did my homework, I started looking up these places that they're talking about. Started looking up what's going on here. I fell in love, and I really, really enjoyed this comic book. So this might be my comic, and no one else is going to get it because I might keep it. So, what if Marvel Comics went metal with Ghost Rider? Was I totally wrong? Is there something I missed? I know that I got a lot of people that watch this show that are really, really more into comics and could probably shed some light on these mysteries that are unveiled in the comic. Put that in the comments below. Also, you can tell me what you think I should read next, and I'll try my best to get my hands on that copy and review it here. Other than that, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and I'll see everybody tomorrow with another comic. Have a great day.